What is up, guys? It is Brian. Some of you guys know where I am, some of you guys do not. I will get to that today. I want to give you a little bit of a backstory here. As a lot of you know, I was in the Marine Corps. I got out of the Marine Corps in the middle of 2016. 2 days later, I went and bought a little pickup truck, a little dinky Nissan Frontier. I'll drop a picture. I bought that for like, $3,000. And then the same day, I drove like 10 hours each way to come pick up this bike, my 636. My first and my only 636 that I really call mine. Yeah, there's been frame swaps, there's been fairing swaps a million times, there's been every kind of swap. There hasn't been a motor swap yet, but there's been a lot of swaps and stuff done to it. But this is my original bike. You might ask, Brian, what are you doing up here? Why are you up on the north side in a parking garage? Well, I actually used to live a couple blocks from here. I actually was enrolled in the university a couple blocks from here as well, DePaul University, for 2.5 years. So every day after school, I would force myself to come here, hot, cold, whatever, homework, no homework, and I would ride up this straightaway and down that straightaway until I got something down. Yes, for the first, week, two, I was fighting to get balance point. I was like, what is this? How is this working? And I'll drop one of my how-to videos, one of my OG how-to videos right up here. Once I had kind of really gotten confident with wheelies and I was scraping and moving around and stuff, I made my first how-to wheelie video up here. And then all you're gonna do, drop the clutch. So guys, I thought this was a really appropriate place to start this vlog. It's right down the street from my old house. It's right down the street from my old school. And it's the roots to what made me get into stunt riding. It's what made me want a moto vlog. It's what made me start my how-to wheelie videos, all that kind of stuff. This is where a lot of it happened. So I thought this was a good place to start this vlog. It's funny because this was like the same pavement that I remember like struggling to get the tire up and struggling to learn a lot of tricks. And it's funny now to come up here and kind of do some of the stuff I've become comfortable with now. And looking back at some of the stuff I used to do is like, wow, I can't believe I struggled with that. So before I really get into the video, I want you to know that you're going to see a lot of traffic. This is the north side of Chicago. There's nothing but bicycles, pedestrians, and cars stopped everywhere. I was like, man, I really haven't told these guys really my story and why I'm able to ride so much or how I ended up in the position I am. I guess I just kind of wanted to tell you guys. And a baby stoppie, because the streets are super cold now. So your tires will not be hooking as well. I actually lived like not even half a block down, like a quarter block down right here, and I would walk all the way down Fullerton to my classes at DePaul every morning. Didn't matter, I'd always walk even in the cold. I don't know, I was kind of a stubborn guy. I never really wanted to take the bus there. A little bit of scrapey. No throttle hand. Woo! So guys, all the way from freshman to halfway, 3/4 of the way through junior year, I was going to school for a physical education degree. So my first year I did my gen eds. I got some credits for being in the military. It was awesome. I was on the GI Bill. I was like, man, this is awesome. I'm getting paid to go to school, and I'm getting my school paid for. So it's like a win-win. I was like, wow, this is awesome. So the only thing that wasn't really awesome was I was getting more and more involved into the stunt riding scene, and it started taking more and more of my time and effort away from some of my homework. And the more and more I traveled and kind of took away my heart from the schoolwork, my heart drifted more and more towards riding. When I would be in class, all I would be thinking about was riding or my next trip. It wasn't that I was getting bad grades or anything like that. It was just that my mind was somewhere else. Like I was like getting ready to go to Dallas or like St. Louis this weekend. Or I'd come back in on a Monday, bloodshot eyes, no sleep, because I drove all through the night on Sunday to get to class. I'll take you through campus here because this is campus. All this, it's a pretty urban campus, which is nice, which I liked a lot. It was in the heart of the north side here. So there's the library right there. Here's the arts and letters, and yeah, where a lot of my classes were every day. We're right here for my freshman year, as my degree forced me to be, and I love it. This was the gym. This is where I was most of all my days, sophomore and junior year. Say hi to everybody in there. So guys, back to what I was saying before I got distracted by rev limiter coasters and showing you around. I was becoming so mentally and physically drained because I would immediately leave on Thursday, sometimes even leaving straight from class to have people meet me or me driving right from school to go to a different state or a different ride or a different event on that Thursday afternoon or Thursday morning, and not being fully back mentally or physically until Sunday late at night. And then I'd have school Monday through Thursday, and I'm trying to do homework. I'm trying to do homework on the road, on road trips and stuff like that. And it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. I was doing it. I would go back to doing it if it wasn't for one thing. And that one thing is YouTube. Got more and more into YouTube, and YouTube took more and more away from me with my edits. So I'd find myself on my computer doing homework, flopping back and forth between an edit and schoolwork, and then trying to get ready to still go on these trips and stuff. And I just had this burning like desire in my heart, and I couldn't even explain it, of just like, I know what I should be doing. Like I know what I should be doing, and my life is too short to sit here and maintain doing something that I didn't really want to be doing. To make a long story short, I pretty much listened to my heart there. I talked to my professors, I talked to my mom, I talked to my counselor. They said, Brian, your GI Bill is always going to be there. School is always going to be there. If you feel that you have enough opportunity with YouTube, stunt riding, your brand, Patreon, whatever, if you think that that is where your heart is, then do it. And I still have a lot of friends who live around here who are still enrolled in the school, who are still super passionate about physical education, as am I. I've always been passionate about physical fitness and teaching. Obviously, this whole channel is teaching. So it always means a lot when I see a comment down there that says, Brian, you're such a good teacher. I'm like, oh man, thank you. First gear only up here on the north side, I swear, with this traffic. Still got nice Nikes. Preserving these ones. No one's hype at all. It's not like going through the west or the south side where people are hyped the whole time over some wheelies. My man, there he is. There's a little skateboard kid. You're always counting on a skateboarder or a BMXer or something like that. Everyone else is up here like, shut. I'm trying to drink my coffee and do my homework. Shut up. So guys, I think the question that a lot of you have been waiting for as well is, Brian, how do you financially ride as much as you do and do what you do all the time? Well, that's the beautiful thing about YouTube. That's the beautiful thing about Patreon, about, doing stunt shows, doing competitions, selling my own brand of merchandise down in all the descriptions. That's kind of the beautiful thing, is that us riders kind of support each other by watching each other's videos and, wearing each other's clothes, which stunt riders are great about. If you ever look at a stunt rider, they're always wearing stunt riding clothes, which is awesome. And pretty much all stunt riders are subscribed to each other on YouTube, and, they watch each other's stuff. They support it, which is a beautiful thing about our community. Is like, yeah, there's not a bunch of us like there is everything else, but the ones that there are, they're super, super, super supportive. So guys, that's another thing that I just love about this community, is how supportive we are to one another, whether it's watching each other's videos or buying each other's clothes or, signing up for raffles or giveaways or Patreon to support guys like me or Dank or Zach or whoever, that's awesome. You just don't find that with a lot of other communities, is the supportiveness that we have for each other. And there's no better understanding of one another than what stunters have for each other. Because I guarantee you what I said earlier of me being at my desk or doing my homework and this burning desire to just be riding, definitely clicks with a lot of you guys watching. I guarantee it. The only thing that prevents a lot of people from doing that is their financial responsibility. It's been amazing that I've been able to, you know, kind of pass on some of my financial responsibilities to riding itself. I'll never take that for granted, because I remember, you know, how it is when I'm sitting somewhere that I just don't want to be at that moment. Not saying I'm not passionate about physical fitness, but I was listening to my heart, and that's literally all it is. I still work out. I still love teaching. Obviously, I love, you know, doing hood eats. I love doing tutorial videos. So I feel like that is kind of my teaching of like my love right now. I'm sure I'll go back to school at some point, finish up, get my degree, and then start working another job that I'm super passionate about as well, which is physical education. But in a weird way, I almost feel like this is physical education. I'm teaching you guys how to stretch beforehand. I'm teaching you how to do stuff at a first-person view. And yes, this is a sport, so I'm still technically teaching a sport. So a lot of the guys I was in class with, or the guys that I was in the Marines with, or something like that, I hope you guys understand now and enjoy this video a little bit more, because a lot of times I think people are just like, man, Brian's just off goofing off on his motorcycle all the time. When I was in school, I could never really put the energy and effort into edits that I do now. I hope you've noticed, you know, the past 2 years worth of videos, quality went, you know, 10 times over of what they were before when I was in school. You know, I was really basic stuff, no kind of crazy editing. I had a crappy moto vlog set up, and I was trying to do everything at once, and I was just overloaded. So by putting my head somewhere 100%, I wouldn't change anything. That's the bottom line of this video, is that I wouldn't change my circumstance for the world right now. Do a little bit of a stoppie, yeah? Man, I love doing stoppies downhill. You just roll. Right into the back of the Lexus. So guys, if you like the video, if you support me, make sure you do subscribe, like, share. Patreon link's down in the description. The channel merch is down in the description. It's not really easy for me to be this open with you guys. I don't really, you know, put out a lot about myself for a lot of different reasons. Alright guys, I'm going to get back to this traffic here, because this is absolutely insane. This is your least favorite motovlogger, signing out. Tell you I love you. Peace.